August 25, 2025, Washington, D.C. On a humid summer afternoon, the world's attention fixes on the White House. Beneath its iconic neoclassical columns, a new chapter in international diplomacy is unfolding. Today, U.S. President Donald Trump greets South Korea's President Jae Myung for talks that could reshape the future of the Korean Peninsula. The two leaders meet with smiles and a firm handshake at the entrance of the White House. Cameras flash, reporters shout questions, and yet the moment is tightly choreographed, every gesture carrying symbolic weight. For Jae Myung, this marks his first official visit to Washington since taking office. For Donald Trump, it is both ceremony and strategy, a stage to reassert America's leadership in Asia at a time of rising tensions with North Korea and an increasingly assertive China. Behind this handshake lies decades of shared struggle and alliance. Born out of the ashes of the Korean War, the U.S.-South Korea partnership has been tested by dictatorships, nuclear threats, and shifting global priorities. Today, its endurance is once again under scrutiny. As the two leaders walk side by side into the White House, they carry with them not just the hopes of their nations, but the weight of history. Lee's government has sought dialogue with both Washington and Pyongyang, trying to balance diplomacy with deterrence. Trump, meanwhile, has been pushing allies to spend more on defense while keeping American troops stationed in the region. Their discussions will inevitably confront questions of cost, commitment, and credibility. Expectations are high. Will the Oval Office talks breathe new life into stalled negotiations with North Korea? Will they strengthen military cooperation in the Indo-Pacific, where Beijing's ambitions grow each year? Or will they reveal divisions in an alliance long considered one of Washington's most reliable? The context could not be more urgent. In recent years, North Korea has tested more missiles, each launch reverberating as a warning across Seoul, Tokyo, and Washington. Meanwhile, debates over how much South Korea should pay to host U.S. forces have sparked tension, with some in Seoul questioning the fairness of the arrangement. Yet, despite strains, the alliance has endured, and today's meeting will determine how it evolves for a new era. Inside the Oval Office, discussions are expected to range from defense commitments to semiconductor cooperation, an industry vital to both economies. Trade, technology, and military readiness all intertwine as both countries confront not just regional challenges, but global economic competition. The numbers themselves tell a powerful story. South Korea is one of America's top trading partners, with tens of billions of dollars flowing annually. Over 28,000 U.S. troops remain stationed on Korean soil, forming a frontline deterrent against potential aggression. But who benefits most from this arrangement, and who bears the cost? These questions linger over every handshake and every press release. Defense will dominate the conversation. Trump has long insisted that allies shoulder more of the financial burden, while Lee must navigate domestic politics that demand sovereignty and fairness in the partnership. Both leaders face the same challenge: to project unity without appearing unequal. Every word in their eventual joint statement will be dissected by analysts, searching for hints of strain or solidarity. Beyond the Oval Office walls, the world is listening. In Beijing, policymakers view a strong US-Korea alliance as an obstacle to their regional ambitions. In Pyongyang, the regime watches closely, calculating whether Washington and Seoul's unity spells pressure or whether openings for negotiation remain. And in Tokyo, officials weigh how closer US-Korea ties could reshape Japan's own security calculations. This is more than ceremony. It is geopolitics in real time. As Trump and Lee sit down across from one another, aides at their sides, they are not merely exchanging pleasantries. They are navigating the fault lines of a region where mistrust runs deep and peace remains fragile. For both leaders, the stakes are also domestic. Trump will want to project himself as a deal maker, reaffirming America's power abroad while appealing to his political base at home. Lee will aim to show South Koreans that their nation is respected on the world stage and secure in its alliance with Washington. The atmosphere may appear calm, but the subtext is charged. Every smile, every word, every pause is part of a performance directed not just at each other, but at their citizens, their allies, and their rivals. As the doors of the White House close behind them, the cameras are left outside. The real discussions begin in private about troops, trade, technology, and the uncertain road to peace with North Korea. What emerges from those conversations may not be known for hours, perhaps even days, but one thing is certain: the handshake we witnessed is more than a gesture of friendship. It is the start of another chapter in the story of an alliance that has shaped and will continue to shape the balance of power in Asia.